Okay, I have a Philly girl in the house. Welcome to the show,
Hey.
Dawn.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank
Philly
you
in the
for
house.
coming. Thank you for coming. I understand that you're no longer a Philly girl. You're a Californian now.
I sure am. Well, Philly will always be in my heart as well as New York. But yeah, I do live in Los Angeles now. I'm probably just a gypsy. I am a gypsy. I'll still say the word John every once in a
Yeah,
while.
John.
That's what
That's the
keeps me,
John.
that's the John.
That's the John.
That can keep it Philly a little bit.
Yeah, I was on a set here in Philadelphia. I can't remember Sylvester Stallone. What was that last movie that he did about the
Um,
boxer?
Creed.
Creed.
Creed, right?
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
did that here in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the set and they were making these jokes about Philadelphians talking about that's the joint. And they said nobody does that but Philadelphia. If you come out to California, they know you're from Philadelphia if you say that's the joint.
Yeah, that's true. John is like the word for anything. Do you see that, John?
Yeah.
That's the John. This John said to, I mean, it can literally be any word. It's a replacement word for anything,
Yes, it is. Now,
literally.
New Yorkers,
Hmm.
don't they say joint? That's the joint?
I guess, do they?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Somebody
Because you know
says
what?
joint.
There's so many different sections in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, like everybody, and there's so many different, it's just such a big melting pot that at
Right.
all the different ethnicities there that everybody kind of has their own kind of lingo. Where Philly's a little more contained. It's like a smaller Brooklyn to me is how I would consider Philly. So the lingo is a little different, but I think New York is too many people to actually,
Yeah. Well, if
you know,
somebody hear this,
yeah.
you can tell me who says joint. That's the joint. We say joint here in Philadelphia, so you can tell me who says that. I don't know, but I would like to know that. But any, but anyway, you went from Philadelphia to New York, and from New York to California. What was that journey about?
Well, I needed life. I like life changes besides career changes. They were all career changes also. Like moving from Philadelphia after I graduated from the University of the Arts. Um, I was like, okay, well, I don't know what else as a dancer, what else I would do in Philadelphia. I've danced with the Koresh Dance Company. I studied at Philadelphia since I was a kid. So, I feel like, okay, what's the next step? So going to New York would be the next step. And I danced in a bunch of dance companies. I trained at the Alvin Ailey School. And then I started to do Broadway. I did Lion King in the Heights. And, I toured with Madonna and J-Lo. And so I made a great career as a dancer in New York City. And it's very expensive. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, I know that I'm going to transition to something else. I love life. I love learning. So what's going to be next for me? And I always knew since I was a kid that I was born, like we talked earlier, I was born to be a performer, to change people's lives, to help them see a different perspective in life, to make them walk away from the theater feeling something different, whether they're laughing, whether they're crying, just to kind of escape real life for a minute.
I've heard
They didn't
stories.
want it enough then. They didn't want it
Exactly.
enough.
Exactly. I've heard
You know,
stories where stars today have been rejected and turned down and said they were not pretty enough, they weren't talented enough,
oh
and
gosh.
and look at them today. They're mega stars. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're
Oh
laughing
my
all the
God.
way to the
I don't
bank.
listen to any of that.